Hello everyone, back with another haul video. So yeah, I didn't think I'd be doing one until after I go to Birmingham for the meetup. Basically thought I had no money, just to give you some context. And yeah, when I've looked at the calendar, basically get paid sort of twice in May. It works out how it falls in my job. So yeah, obviously the money I thought I had now, that was going to have to pay the bills that come out on like the 1st of May. Um, yeah, use that to pay the bills, and I get paid again before I pay the next bills. So yeah, got a bit more money to spend in Birmingham than I thought in the vaults and that. And then yeah, been to HMV and CEX today, first time in like a month or so. So yeah, I probably could have spent some, but kind of good. I've been saving, so I've got more money to spend. Yeah, at the end of the in Birmingham when I go there, rather than spending it all in my local HMVs. Let me just move a little bit so I'm centralised to my background. Don't know if that's any better. Right, that's enough waffle. I'll get on with it. So yeah, first lot of ones I got from HMV today. I'll show you prices and things as I always do in case anyone wants to pick them up or know what's on sale and things. Let me move a tiny bit more. Move my phone. Right. So yeah, first you've got the Truman Show. So I have seen this before years ago. Yeah, I think the last time I seen it was probably like 20 years ago or so. What year did it come out? See if I can find it, as I'm never good at finding the years on these things. Can't actually see a year, but yeah, I'm guessing it must have been over 20 years ago, so I think that's the last time I seen it. Yeah, I really enjoy this. Kind of like a bit of a precursor to like Big Brother and things, I think. I'm pretty sure this came out before reality TV. Won't sort of go into it too much in case people haven't seen it. This is a bit of a spoiler, but sure everybody knows it. But yeah, big Jim Carrey fan. Obviously, most of his films are comedy. Whereas, yeah, this is a bit more of a serious one. Then you've got the number 23, I think it's called. And I think Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Haven't seen that in a long time, but I think that's kind of a bit more of a serious one. But yeah, that one was $6.99 in HMV. So yeah, good value. I think that's a couple of pound less than it was in HMV. I think they won. Let me put them over that side. I think they wanted £8 in HMV on it. They did have. Sorry, in CEX. Yes, obviously got that from HMV, but yeah, I think it's a bit more in CEX. Same as they did have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but they wanted about £10 on that, and they weren't in a great condition. This one I've not really heard too much about, but you're saying on the front that best thriller of the year is also one of the best movies of the year, starring Peter Sarsgaard, John Magaro, Ben Chaplin, Leonie Benesh, based on a true story. But yeah, it looks interesting. September 5. So this one was $14.99. This is a new release, I guess, came out last Monday. It's a 15 strong language. Let's see if it actually shows me on the back who the director is. Tim Feilbaum, I think it's called. So yeah, it basically says September 5 unveils the decisive moment that forever changed media coverage and continues to impact live news today. Set during the 1972 Munich Summer Olympics, the film follows the ABC sports broadcasting team who quickly shifted from sports reporting to live coverage of the Israeli athletes taken hostage. It says a pulse-pounding exploration of the moral responsibility of journalists. A white-knuckle thriller succeeds on every level. So yeah, a bit of a blind buy. Obviously, was looking on like Amazon and things before I went shopping to see what's about. Got a nice slipcase on it. And yeah, seeing this one on there, not usually my kind of thing. I try and sort of be open-minded. I think I've become more open-minded recently. A while ago, I was just kind of watching a lot of horrors and sort of Tartan Age Extreme. Whereas, yeah, since being in the Movie Loons group especially, people like Roy from Blue Roy Movies and Stuart and Ollie from Ollie Loves Films, Sammy G have all sort of put me onto films I wouldn't always check out. Don't get me wrong, in the collection, before I started doing YouTube, I'd say only about a third of it was horror. Then I had a lot of like thrillers, drama, action films. But yeah, sort of go-to thing I'd sort of most look forward to buying, or at least picking off the shelf to watch, would be horror and thriller and sci-fi. Whereas yeah, I tried to sort of expand my horizons a bit. And yeah, let me know if you know about this one, but I think it looks interesting. And yeah, I heard really good things, got good reviews and things. Next, you've got one on the 88 Films Japaniki label, which I've got about 6 or so of now. think another one came out called Tetsu something, but it didn't look as interesting. But yeah, this one is Yakuza Wives. And this one is $16.99, which is kind of a standard price. I'll afford a tiny bit. Yeah, kind of standard price for these 88 films ones. Oh, sorry, something's dropped. Let me just put it up there before it goes out the window. Yeah, so this is like a limited edition numbered one, 0225, which I ain't too bothered. I didn't even realise when I bought it, but guess it'll be worth more in the future, from 1986. But yeah, all these Japaniki ones I've watched so far have been good. Some quite sort of brutal, some obviously the pink sort of label ones are a bit more sort of softcore porn, whereas most of these, like Pinocchio 964, Evil Dead Trap 1 and 2. What's the second part called? I can't remember. Hideki. Yeah, those are kind of quite spiteful slasher films. Get it back away. So yeah, kind of not heard of this. A few I'd sort of known of them were on my radar before they got released. But yeah, I'll read out the back of it. So Hideo Gosha, who did Samurai Wolf 1 and 2 and The Violent Streets, which I think Arrow has released, Arrow Video, breathes new life into the Yakuza genre in this epic tale of mob rivalry based on a serialized account of the lives of real-life wives of Japanese gangsters, released on home video by A8 Films for the very first time outside of Japan. Shima Iwashita puts in a commanding performance as Tamaki, who takes over the reins of the Domoto clan while her husband is doing time in jail. Family relations are strained past breaking point when a younger sister, Makoto, embarks on a relationship with a member of a rival gang. So it's 18, sexual violence, nudity. Yeah, kind of a bit of a blind buy, but obviously I do collect these ones, and yeah, all the ones I've seen so far have not only been interesting films, but have all been well made. Next, you've got a kind of collector's edition on 101 films of Trancers. There was quite bad glare on that. It's a sci-fi film. I have heard of it. I think I remember seeing it on DVD or something years ago. Not watching it, but you know, seeing it around. This one was $24.99. So yeah, I've got a few of these like 101 sort of sets. So obviously it comes in like the hard box. Got like the standard case, which you can usually get individually. And it looks like it's got a booklet, maybe some posters and things. Directed by Charles Band. Oh, I do know. I find him hit and miss. Done some fun ones. I think he's done Shrunken Heads, which I did try and get today, but they didn't have it in stock. Obviously does Puppet Master 1 and 2. Interesting, but they're not that great films. I think he does like Head of the Family. He does, yeah, he basically owns Full Moon Films, and nobody said Stuart George, and Stuart Gordon has done some good films on that label and other directors. But yeah, he can be hit and miss. But I heard this is one of the better ones. It says 101 Films presents 80 sci-fi classic Trancers from 1984 on 4K UHD in the UK for the first time. In a decade packed with classic sci-fi, Trancers stands out as an underseen gem, part tech-noir thriller, part zombie hunt with a healthy dose of comedy and a killer synth score. This is cult 80s cinema at its best. Welcome to Angel City 2247. Trooper Jack Death, played by Tim Thomerson from Near Dark, is wiping out the last disciples of Whistler, who used his psychic power to trance those with inferior minds, forcing them to follow his every desire. Though he'd been thought dead, he's very much alive. In the year 1985, Whistler's master plan: kill the ancestors of the city council. With the council disbanded, nothing can stop him from controlling the city, and that's where death comes in. Jack is sent back in time, inhabiting the body of his ancestor. Just one problem. Whistler's ancestor is a police detective, and he's been trancing people in 1985. With the help of a strong-willed punk, Lena, Academy Award winner Helen Hunt, Death must confront Whistler one final time while the fate of time itself hangs in the balance. Yeah, I mean, sounds a bit like Scanners kind of style. Yeah, heard it's an interesting one, so yeah, kind of a bit of a blind buy, but $24.99 for a 4K is good. I actually assumed it was going to be Blu-ray, to tell you the truth. Whether it's a 4K, no, it does actually have the 4K UHD disc. Sometimes it'll be from a 4K scan in Blu-ray. So yeah, that one was $24.99. This one, like I said earlier, Stuart, George, and Roy especially watch a lot of their disaster films and talk about them. Ones like Towering Inferno, I want to get. Said it was going to be in CEX when I went the time before. Wasn't there. I think I've spoke about this. But yeah, this is the Poseidon Adventure. So yeah, $6.99 reduced to $9.99. It's a good value. Starring Gene Hackman. So obviously since his death, R.I.P. Gene Hackman. I've been trying to pick up a few more of his films. Ernest Borgnine, Red Buttons, Carol Lindley, Roddy McDowell, and the last person's name is actually covered over by the sticker. Oh yeah, I might be able to see it on the back. Stella Stevens, Shelley Winters, directed by Ronald Neame. So I thought it was directed by Irwin Allen, who does Towering Inferno and Earthquake, I think, and maybe The Swarm. But no, he produces it, or presents it, should I say. But yeah, I heard this is a really good one. Kind of like ship sinking. I think Roy said on one of his videos they need to like get to the upper deck from the bowels of the ship. But yeah, happy with that for $6.99. And yeah, when I went to do my favourite films by genre video, kind of forgot disaster films, but yeah, I didn't really seem to have too many. Next, and this is probably my favourite purchase of the day, so I was actually thinking of watching this tonight, but I've only got it on DVD. I know it came out a while ago, this and Sixth Sense, but I didn't want to pay $34.99 for it. As I've said a few times, I'm not a massive fan of steelbooks, but yeah, Signs by M. Night Shyamalan, reduced from $34.99 to $24.99. So $25 is quite a lot, but you think standard 4K, like what I paid for The Substance on 4K, what Nosferatu is on 4K, is $24.99. So yeah, you've got a steelbook with it. Yeah, probably my third favourite M. Night Shyamalan film. Obviously, I haven't seen it in about 5 years, and that was on DVD. So looking forward to seeing it on 4K. Yeah, kind of a coincidence, because like I say, I was kind of hoping to either pick it up on Blu-ray today, or yeah, I didn't want to pay the $34.99. I guess this has come out on like a sort of standard edition 4K, which should be about the same price anyway. I mean, it does say it's exclusive to HMV, this steelbook. Won't open it all up, but yeah, it looks like it's got nice artwork and stuff. So yeah, probably be watching that one tonight. So that'll be on my forthcoming recent watches video. I think so far I've only watched 2 since the last one. I've been busy, and obviously this weekend I'm going to Birmingham to meet up with the other movie loons, so probably won't get a chance. Well, actually, I think we're watching a film at the cinema, but I'll talk about that after. This one, not actually heard of this title, but obviously I know Christopher Lee as Dracula. This is a Hammer film. Again, sort of one Roy and Stuart have been talking about Hammer quite a lot, and sounds ignorant, but I don't think I've really ever watched many Hammer films or even own many in my collection. All the Universal monsters. Quite a lot of sort of older stuff like that. I've just never gone back to it, even though it's meant to be a classic. But yeah, it's let me actually check what it's called. Taste the Blood of Dracula. So if it is full price, I might not have went for it at $7.99. But yeah, they've got a little bargain section in HMV, and yeah, this one was $3.99, which I thought for what, £4, even if I don't like it, it's still a good title to check out. It's from 1969, 95 minutes, 15, moderate violence and horror. Is it directed by Peter Sasti? So it's starring Christopher Lee, Linda Hayden, Anthony Corlin, Jeffrey Keane, John Carson, and Peter Sallis. Heard of Peter Sallis, and obviously Christopher Lee. But yeah, Royal Stewart, sure they'll know about that. Let me know if that's a good one. And then, yeah, one I was actually thinking of picking up, when I looked on my Bristol CEX, see what was there before I went in, they wanted 15 on this. And yeah, when I seen it in HMV, it was usually at like $16.99. But yeah, they've got it in the sale, Tammy and the T-Rex. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's a great film, but in fact it's got a young Denise Richards in one of her first roles, and Paul Walker in one of his first role, obviously a long time before he was in Fast and the Furious and stuff, R.I.P. Paul Walker. Directed by Stuart Raphael. It's a 15, strong bloody violence, language and sex. But yeah, I've heard it's a real cult film. Just looks like a crazy sort of front cover, but yeah, reduced little bit less than half price, because yeah, it was 17, now down to 7.99, and yeah, they wanted 15 for this when I went in CX after HMV. They had it on the shelf in not great condition, so a bit crazy. Right, that's all the HMV ones. I'm not doing too bad for time today. I've got a couple of special edition ones, so I'll leave those to last. Show this one. So yeah, I thought this was quite good value. It was £10 in HMV about a month ago when you buy anything else. Didn't get it at the time, and then seen it in CX for 10, which obviously at the same price for second hand isn't as good as getting it sort of new and shrink wrapped. So when I went in there today, yeah, this was £8. So Fatal Attraction on 4K. So I have seen this when I was younger. This is where the phrase bunny boiler comes from. This is one Jodie from Jodie's Movie Realm showed on her. I think she had this as her favourite thriller on her version of favourite films by genre. Michael Douglas, Glenn Close, directed by Adrian Lin. Not seen too many other films by him, but Jacob's Ladder, one of my favourite films. Such a creepy, sort of ambiguous film with what's he called? Tim Robbins in it. Probably my favourite Tim Robbins film other than Shawshank Redemption. But anyway, back to this one. So 18, Strong Violence. 1987 originally. Can we find a running time 119 minutes? So yeah, one I literally haven't watched since I was like 15 or so. I think I last watched it. I did enjoy it then, but I'm sure I'll understand the context of it a bit more as an adult. Another one I want to get kind of along that same lines is Basic Instinct and then War of the Roses. But Basic Instinct don't seem to be too hard to pick up. Was in CX for £5 on Blu-ray, but I'd already spent a lot. And then War of the Roses, don't really seem to see it around. I think Stuart and Ollie said it might be out of print or kind of harder to get nowadays. This one I haven't actually heard of, but trying to get all of Sylvester Stallone's films. Obviously some like Stop or My Mum Will Shoot and Oscar I've not heard the best things about. Ones like Over the Top and Assassins and that are ones I haven't seen but sound quite interesting. Obviously I got quite a few by him, but yeah, this one called Lockup, only £5, so I thought I'll give it a go at that price. It's got Sylvester Stallone, Donald Sutherland, one of my favourite actors, especially British actor, directed by John Flynn. 18, contains strong violence, from 1989. I'll read you the synopsis. In the middle of the night, only 6 months before he is to be released, Leone, played by Sylvester Stallone, a model prisoner, is dragged from his bed in a minimum security prison run by Warden Drumgoole, played by Donald Sutherland. The warden has pulled every string he can to have Leone placed under his control, which is where he aims to keep him for his entire life. Previously, Leone has been one of Drumgoole's charges at another facility until he escaped to be at his father's deathbed. Drumgoole's harshness, which forced Leone to break out 2 weeks away from his release, prompted a newspaper report that accused the warden of brutality. Leone was sentenced to additional time, while Drumgoole was publicly humiliated and transferred to Gateway, the worst facility in the prison system. Now it's time for Drumgoole to get even. His plan is to physically and psychologically intimidate Leone until he lashes out. When he does, Drumgoole will extend his sentence in hell or kill him. Extend his prison sentence in hell or kill him. Sorry, the writing's a bit harder to read on this one. Yeah, so let me know if you know this one. I'm not sure of it. I think there's another one one of my friends in work was on about with Stallone and Arnie, I think he said, where they have to like try and escape from a prison, or at least they've got him in a prison. They want to see how hard it is to escape from, and Sylvester Stallone's escaped from loads of other prisons, so they sort of use him to test the security levels. So kind of, yeah, sounds similar, but yeah, let me know if you've heard of this one, Lockup. But yeah, always good to have more Sylvester Stallone films, especially at only £5. Yeah, let me know if it's a good one. I've got this, another Video Nasty. I think this is section 1. Probably tell me on the back, we'll have a look. But yeah, Visiting Hours. Not sure if it's a great one, but yeah, I'm obviously trying to get them all. This is a dual format edition on Final Cut Entertainment. Comes with the Blu-ray and the DVD. Let's quickly read the synopsis. A psychopathic killer viciously attacks a woman journalist when she returns home from a TV broadcast. She survives, but the killer refuses to give up, and any girl who stands in his way is in for similar treatment. The trial leads to a hospital. Sorry, let me get that hair off of it. Where the journalist is at last cornered and finds that she has no one to turn to for help. This exciting and superbly constructed exercise in terror stars Michael Ironside. Doesn't say this here, but obviously he's from Scanners. As the Ripper, who likes to photograph as well as murder his victims. Lee Grant as the terrified journalist, and William Shatner of Star Trek fame as the TV producer boss. I didn't know it had him in it. I got another one a while ago on our video called see if I can find it. Incubus, which is apparently shot in like a weird foreign language that they invented. Not watched it yet. Visiting Hours is produced by Pierre David and Victor Solnicki, the men responsible for The Brood and Scanners, and directed by Jean-Claude Lord. Music by Jonathan Goldsmith. Tell me who's directed by. Yeah, it doesn't say on the back about it being a video nasty, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, not sure if it's a great one, but the write-up sounds quite good. Yeah, that one was £10, which is bad for a dual format one. You don't really ever see around. So yeah, it's another one off of my video nasties list. Next, yeah, I've got two special edition ones. So on 88 Films, I've got Robotrix. Might be Robotrix, I call it Robotrix. But yeah, I thought it was good value for 15 because there's not much more than the normal standard version. I do have the standard version already. But yeah, I wanted to upgrade it to this better version. And then yeah, this I'm going to pass on to somebody. Because yeah, it is only going for £2 on, well, trading in, should I say, for £2 on CEX. So happy to sort of give it away. So yeah, I won't get it all out, but it comes with the sort of similar one I've got, but I think with 2 discs. Comes with a poster, a booklet. Yeah, it looks like all the bits are in. I kind of checked it and checked the condition. Yeah, I watched this a while ago, did enjoy it. It's kind of crazy, cat-free Hong Kong martial arts film. I'd say it's kind of Power Rangers, martial arts, RoboCop with a bit of sort of nudity and gore added in. So yeah, I mean, trying to get all the cat-free films. So yeah, nice upgrade. So quite good value. I thought £15 in pretty much perfect condition. I don't think it comes with a little J card, but I ain't too bothered about that. And then, yeah, found this one in the window. Obviously, a lot of them show there on the CX website, so I knew what would be in there. But Robotrix, and this one wasn't showing on there, so maybe someone's traded them in this morning, since I sort of looked last night what was in there. But yeah, this one is, I think it's pronounced Dtoadsking, which is a German film by Jörg Buttgereit. That does family favourites such as Necromantic 1 and 2, Ostermontag, which I think is German for Easter Monday, and then Schramm, which is one I've got. So I think you can get like the, what's it called, Films of Death or something. It's like a big box set with Necromantic 1 and 2, which I already do own. Necromantic 2, I do have the sort of special edition. Schramm, which I do have the special edition of. I think I got that in the RSL for about £12 or something. Ostermontag, which is one I don't have. And then, yeah, Necromantic 1, the special edition of that. Seen that earlier in same CEX. I think they got £65 for it. So it must be well out of print. And then the special edition for Necromantic 2 is 18. So yeah, obviously being sarcastic about him being like a family director, he makes very disturbing, messed up films, and heard this is a very messed up one. But yeah, it's got all the bits in it. Comes with a book. It's got like a little envelope and a postcard in there. Certificate of authenticity. It's got like 3 discs. I won't get it all out, but yeah, not seen this one. Obviously, his style is not for everybody, but yeah, if you're into kind of extreme, disturbing, messed up films, then yeah, he's made quite a few of them. Oh yeah, it says here Dtoadsking translates to the Death King. I won't read out all the back on that because yeah, I'm sure this is quite a niche film that not everybody's gonna be interested in. But yeah, for £15 for the special edition, was happy with that. It does show in my, I say local, a bit of a further afield CX that I usually have to walk to from Bristol. It's like a mile walk. That they had the actual big box set. But like I say, when I've already got, 2 of them on the special editions, and then 1 of them on standard in their Chromatic 1 and 2 at Schramm, you'd basically just be paying 50 or whatever it was just to get this one. And I don't even know if that does actually include Ostermontag, because that seems a rarer one. But yeah, I'd rather just get this for 15 to almost complete all of his films now. Yeah, it kind of is very low budget and sort of nasty kind of film, so whether I'd actually enjoy it or not is another thing. yeah, Necromantic 1 and 2, you can't say you enjoy them, but if you kind of want to see some films that are kind of, WTF, sort of not safe for work, leave your jaw on the ground. I mean, you could probably tell by the title, Necromantic, what it's going to be about, and yeah, it is as messed up as it sounds. It's low budget, but it's not a terrible film, but yeah, like I say, not for everybody. Yeah, so that's everything. Just double checking I haven't forgot any. Yeah, that I've picked up literally a few hours ago. I've not long got back. So yeah, won't do a recent watches until I've got more than two. Probably be sort of next week. I am off on holiday from work for like a week now, so I've got time to get a few watched. And obviously, I'm in Birmingham this weekend, so gonna be quite busy. So yeah, the recent watches will probably be in a week or so, and then I'm sure I'll do some kind of video of pickups in Birmingham. Looking to go in. I think they've got two HMVs, a standard one, the Vault, which I'm hoping to get some out of print rare stuff. And then they've got one or two CEXs there, which I'm looking forward to looking in. And then, yeah, probably do a video or at least some photos and things of all of us together at the meetup. I'm sure Sammy G will post some like videos and photos if I don't, like he did the time before at his meetup with Marcus from Xfile 2708 and Nige Rock God 2004. Yes, that's everything I've got to show. Thank you, everybody. Bye.